What is up, everybody? And you're very welcome along to tonight's Anfield Agenda 10-minute transfer roundup. I know you hate me already because you're after seeing Bellingham in the title and the thumbnail, and you're saying, Craig, will you stop banging the Bellingham drum? It's not me for once. Today I actually have some stuff to talk about. So, before I get stuck into that, the usual requests, my friend, if you enjoy the video, please do hit that subscribe button. Actually, look, I don't even care if you enjoy it or not. Just please hit the subscribe button, drop a like on the video, and of course, I'd love to know your thoughts in the comment section. So look, I'm not going to drag it out any longer. 10 minutes, here we go, start the clock. Right, so Liverpool have once again been linked with Jude Bellingham. This time it's Neil Jones, formerly of the Echo, now of Goal, that put out a piece just to say basically that yes, Liverpool are interested in him. Liverpool would like to sign him. But the article is a very well written piece that covers a whole myriad of stuff around Liverpool in this transfer window, with potential incomings. Are we done in the transfer market? And of course goes through and lists some other potential options for Liverpool in midfield. I'll go through those in detail, but just on Bellingham, to me, everything is pointing to Bellingham coming to Liverpool. Not just from what I've been told, not just from what I believe, but like little things that you see. Like Jordan Henderson put out a post thanking Lawrence and somebody else who helped make the documentary for Nike that Jordan Henderson was involved in. And then underneath you see straight away, there he is, Jude Bellingham, commenting on it. And one thing that stood out in the most recent piece is that he is more than willing to come to Liverpool. I just feel that this bromance, for want of another term, between himself and Bellingham, and Henderson and Bellingham, I should say, excuse me, isn't coincidental. I think that our captain has been working on this for a while, and I'm very, very, very confident, as you know. But look, I'm not going to stick talking about Bellingham tonight. I'll have my moment when that transfer happens. But other targets that Liverpool have been linked to, and a couple of fresh names today, or at least one fresh name. It's Carney Chukwuemeka, Aston Villa player who's currently away with the English under-19 teams at the Euros, I think it is, getting rave reviews. And it was interesting to see today that that's certainly a player that we're looking at or keeping an eye on, and that's not really a surprise because you would expect Liverpool to be keeping an eye on all the hottest talent coming through, particularly at other Premier League clubs. Jacob Ramsey, of course, was another name that Liverpool fans had on their lips at the end of last season. He has since signed a contract renewal at Aston Villa, or an extension, I should say. So I think for now, Jacob Ramsey will be off the table. But apart from speaking about young Chukwuemeka from Aston Villa, Neil Jones goes on to speak about Liverpool's interest in Barella of Inter Milan, somebody whom I know from reading your comments that you guys hold Barella in the same esteem that I do. There aren't many people that I would feel comfortable if we didn't get Bellingham, but Barella is somebody who I would be very confident that he'd be a success. And usually I'm a bit iffy about players coming from Italy over, but I'd be very happy. So for all of these names, a Bellingham, a Barella, I'm just happy that these are the caliber, and even I suppose thinking back to Tchouaméni, who we lost out to Real Madrid for, it's just great to see that those are the caliber of players. And look, there are questions to be answered, and I'm not an idiot. I do know sometimes I can get carried away, but we're looking at a window next summer that is probably going to be an expensive window. We're going to have to bring in a midfielder. We're not going to bring one in this summer, barring maybe some last minute business or a great opportunity popping up. But we still have to resolve the right side of the attacking situation. Two players that I would maybe advise everybody to keep an eye on, not because you don't know about them, of course you know about these guys, but I just know that Liverpool, have been looking at them and keeping an eye on them. And that's Pedro Neto of Wolves, who was out for quite a while. I remember speaking to Dave as a party from Talking Wolves, and he said that he was due back around November. From the best of my recollections, I think he actually started coming back around February, March time. So keep an eye on him. Obviously, you've got the Pep Linders contact there as well. And another one is the name that I keep mentioning, Federico Chiesa. That one, I don't have any recent updates on how strong Liverpool's interest is. This could be just more me looking around for players and thinking, look, Federico Chiesa, if he can shake off or come back from that ACL, will be a pretty tidy piece of business. So other than that, we are looking at moving on some players next summer, and it looks like Chamberlain is going to stay at Liverpool for the foreseeable future. I don't know how I feel about that yet. I don't expect him to get too many minutes this season, but then again, look, if Klopp wants to keep him at the club, so be it. But what I want to ask you guys, as well as your preferred targets for the right hand side if Mo doesn't sign an extension, or maybe you feel we need somebody right now, but also for the midfield area because next summer we're going to lose Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. We're going to have a 1 year older Henderson. We know James Milner will move on. And yes, there could be some progression from Curtis Jones, Harvey Elliott, and players like that. But if we switch to a 4-2-3-1 this season, which has been spoken about quite a bit, I just don't know if we have the squad. This is going to sound really weird because it's less midfielders, but I don't feel we have the specific supply of midfielders to play in that double pivot. You know, yes, you can put in Henderson in there, you can put in Fabinho, you can put in Thiago, maybe Keita in a double pivot. I wouldn't be 100% certain how comfortable I feel with that. But outside of that, I don't know if we actually have the midfield depth to be able to play it if we picked up an injury or two. And look, I know every season is kind of dependent on how you get by with injuries, but I would have liked to have thought we'd have learned our lessons about, not bringing in cover in certain positions. But look, we don't know what position or what system, I should say, we're going to play until pre-season gets underway. And the good news on that is, of course, the lads return back to training at Kirby next Monday. So a bit of excitement there. We'll probably get a couple of squad announcements as well. We wait to see what number Fabio Carvalho gets. We wait to see, if it isn't Fabio, who gets the number 10 shirt. That was obviously Sadio Mane's. He's since moved on. Or maybe nobody gets the 10. That was something that was raised on tonight's show over on Twitch, that maybe Klopp doesn't give anybody the number 10 at the minute, and I don't know. I can't see past Carvalho getting it personally, but we'll wait and see. He will officially become a Liverpool player, by the way, on July the 1st, because I know a lot of people were wondering about that one. The way football contracts usually run is to the end of June, so I would imagine that we will see Fabio Carvalho unveiled. I don't know if it'll be on July the 1st, which I think is Friday, or if it will be when the lads return for training on Monday. Either way, it's much of a muchness. Pre-season games, the first one comes up on July the 12th. But just moving back to midfield options, there is a couple that I haven't really spoken about that Neil Jones mentioned in this article. Ibrahim Sangara of PSV Eindhoven Sangara I should say, is another name that comes up. And I know we're not the only club that would be interested in this guy, because Manchester United's name has been mentioned with him, and many other top clubs in Europe are looking at him. But the price point seems rather encouraging. They reckon about 35 million for him. I won't lie and say I've watched too much of PSV Eindhoven this season. In fact, I'll go a little bit further in saying I've seen very, very little of PSV Eindhoven this season. But from people I've spoken to, they do rate the guy. So at that price, I wouldn't be too worried if we signed him, because it wouldn't, I think, put the kibosh on us next season bringing in Mr. Bellingham. Another name that's come up is Red Bull Salzburg's Luka Sucic, who, again, I know there are going to be some football hipsters out there who know this guy, whether it be from, I don't know, FIFA, or whether it be from Championship Manager, or whatever it is, but I don't know anything about him. So again, I will be reading the comments, but I'm going to be relying on you guys to fill me in on exactly what this guy is about, because I don't know any, like I barely am able to keep up to date with all the transfer links around Liverpool, the players who we brought into the club, all that kind of stuff. I just don't have the time to really go around the leagues in Europe. So again, they do produce good footballers through the Red Bull brand of club. So let me know your thoughts on that one. I think that's pretty much it from regards to Liverpool transfer news. Like, I don't know, just start waffling more so than I already am, just to keep the time going. So I'll quickly run around the other deals that are doing the rounds in the Premier League. Arsenal are still pushing hard to sign Rafinha from Leeds. I don't know if they'll be able to meet the valuation Leeds hold on the player, which is, I think, about 65 million quid. From what I was reading, it looks as if their opening offer was about 35 million, which was immediately rebuffed by Leeds. Gabriel Jesus, you guys know about, that's about to happen. Very good piece of business, by the way, for me, for Arsenal. Nick Pope, who I can't believe I didn't know this. Look, I'm an idiot. I know I'm an idiot, but there are certain moments where it becomes clear I'm an idiot. And it can't be just me, actually, on this one. How is Nick Pope 30? How is Nick Pope 30 years of age? I still think of Nick Pope as an up-and-coming Goalkeeper. And Newcastle, for me, at 10 million quid, even at the age of 30, I think they've got a very good keeper there. So good bit of business by Newcastle. They've agreed a fee as well to bring in that centre back from Lille, Sven Botman, who we were linked with, and they tried to sign in January before they signed Dan Burns, I think it was. So again, that'll be a good piece of business. One more last Liverpool thing before I let you go. I know this has been a bit scattergun tonight, but I'm kind of working off memory a lot of the time. So Naby Keita, club are very confident that Naby Keita will sign a new deal. I would say we'll probably hear some news on this in the coming week or two. Contract renewals and extensions are due to take place when the lads get back from pre-season. So, they'll be sitting down with Mo, they'll be sitting down with Naby as well, and I'm all for Naby signing a new deal. But look, tomorrow I hope to have a bit more information. Asensio, I'm going to go over here by a couple of seconds, by the way, because I forgot to let you guys know. I did hear back from my Spanish, I don't want to say source because it sounds a little bit shitty if I say that word, but from what I'm being led to believe, you can knock that one on the head. Liverpool won't be looking to sign Marco Asensio. So I know I've gone over a couple of minutes here, a couple of seconds. But look, I want to say thank you again for everything, all your support. Do hit the subscribe button, drop a like on the video. If there's any types of videos you'd like to see me make, please put them in the comment section, because with the season coming up, I'm ready to unload a load of content. So thank you for your support. I will talk to you real soon. Lots of love. Bye-bye.